Shalom, shalom. Welcome back to the channel. How are you doing today?
Shalom, shalom, family. Welcome to the live, guys. We are live. We are live. Good morning, good evening, or good afternoon, good evening. They got to go in order. Yeah, good afternoon, good evening to you all, to wherever you are in the world. Hope all is well. Thanks for tuning in, guys. What did you call us?
Elon salute. Make America better forever? Will his salute make America better forever? I don't know if y'all saw the salute. There's a lot of stuff that just it was kind of funny watching the inauguration because of reading people's body language is very funny. But we're gonna show y'all some videos because I don't know, it's just interesting times. You can't really say too much other than America's in a new era. You can definitely say that. You can definitely say that history repeats itself because these videos are just going over parts of the inauguration that happened yesterday, some of the new things that are going to be happening in the next few weeks and are already taking effect. I don't know if you guys know, but President Trump has already announced that he is going to do a lot of new orders that are already in effect, like border measures. I think he signed that yesterday while he was at the inauguration. Borders, people already can't get in. He's already kicking folks out. There are a whole bunch of other executive orders that went out. And so you need to understand what this means for you. But you are the only one who knows what it means for you. You know, for us, if you're new here, we are journeying with us. We are a family that travels throughout Africa since 2020. And our whole thing, we know that the West is falling. No matter who tries to stop it, no matter who thinks it's not falling, it is falling. They wouldn't have been this adamant about putting him in office if it wasn't falling. I mean, he admitted it himself during the inauguration that it's falling, and he's like, hey, I'm gonna try to save it. Okay, so I don't know what y'all think. Is it gonna get better? And then what are the parameters for America to be better?
Yeah, it's like,
how do you measure that?
It's really like you really gotta pick a side now. It's really you definitely gotta pick a side now. If not now, I don't think it's gonna be a choice in the future. If you are there in America, you're gonna be there, and you're gonna just go with the
You're
flow.
gonna be all in.
Yeah, you got to be all in because, yes, it's just a lot of stuff that it's a lot of talk. It's a lot of talk that's going around. So we just want everybody to realize what's really happening because it's abundant outside of America.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to go through that that craziness, that chaos that's soon to come, because
it's already there.
Yeah, it's already there. Although these last couple of days or whatever might been cool in a way, it seems like online, but or not really, man. It's just been
cool. No,
yeah, I don't want to say cool. I guess we haven't heard a lot, but it is a lot that's happening. So you just have to really be prepared. What's right around the corner?
Yeah, because this was an awesome salute, y'all. It was a great salute. It mimics some things of the past that a lot of Americans look forward to. And you may be looking forward to it if you're just like, yes, this is the best place. The West is the best, and it'll be better forever. If that's how you feel, then you can get in line and, you can join this dance. They were doing some interesting dances and different movements here that, we're going to go ahead and play the movements. Okay, let's play the movements.
It's this one, man.
This is what victory feels like. Yeah. Elections, they come and go. Some elections are, important. Some are not. But this one. This one really mattered. And I just want to say thank you for making it happen. Thank you.
No, you gotta let it play. There's more. Watch.
My heart goes out to you. It is thanks to you that the future of civilization is assured.
That's it.
We're so glad that the future of civilization is assured, We're
That was a
happy
lot.
that the future of everybody's sleeping better at night now that the future of civilization is assured, Everybody just all across the world, everybody's like, yes, Earth's future is secure now. It would never been secure without that, okay? Nobody would have been secure without that. That he did that, he
I
had
didn't
like the
see
whole grunt with it. You didn't see it.
That's
You
my
gotta
first
roll
time
it
seeing.
back
I've
then.
been
Let's roll it
seeing
back.
stuff.
Roll it back.
Yeah.
Watch the body language, y'all. Roll it back. And you got to speak in metaphors and analogies because we are in a creative time. Okay. And even our Messiah Yahusha spoke in parables. And so we going to speak in parables. We're going to be on code. We're going to be narrative driven people that know how to communicate as we have always been able to. So y'all, if everybody,
play it
y'all
again?
happy that civilization is assured, we're going to play it again. We want y'all to see it again because it's good that civilization is now assured. We wouldn't have known if civilization was going to be assured.
Wow.
We would never know. Let's look.
Shalom, family.
Let's play it
Welcome.
again.
Shalom, welcome, guys. Welcome. Make sure you like the video. And we're gonna play this video again.
Yeah, it's a nice exercise dance. Pretty cool, symbolic. Y'all should check it out. It's from a movement from decades ago. Nice dance that y'all can look into and see what it means. Okay, because civilization is definitely assured at this rate.
This is what victory feels like. Yeah. Elections, they come and go. Some elections are, important. Some are not. But this one, this one really mattered. And I just want to say thank you for making it happen. Thank you. My heart goes out to you. It is thanks to you that the future of civilization is assured.
Y'all let us know in the chat if y'all are thankful that civilization has just been assured due to the inauguration, Maybe he's speaking for all humans or a specific type, but civilization in his mind is definitely, he's like, good, we can proceed now. What you think is coming in the future?
I'll just pump it. That's all I care about. What's coming in the future, you just got to be outside. I mean, it's just getting more obvious of, prophecy just right. It's unfolding right in front of us. And if you do your research on the guy that we just saw, you'll be shocked.
You got research, y'all. You got research.
You gotta do your research with that.
They ain't gonna come out on CNN and say, "Hey, we're gonna do X, Y, and Z. This is the symbol. This is what everything means." That's on your part to do the research to understand history.
Just say his nanny or something. Was it his nanny? I think it was his nanny or something. She did an interview when he was a little boy. And if you want to, go look up that interview. Do your research and try to look at that interview. Because I was like, whoa, like, hold on. This guy, he's the most powerful, in this world.
And they just put him in government office.
Yeah,
they had like this journalistic cartoon that showed Donald Trump being up, like, doing the inauguration, but like he was scooted aside and Elon was there with like his happy face, like, I'm ready. Who knows what he's ready for? He's ready. Are y'all ready for what he's ready for? I know we're ready because we're not there. That's why we're ready to be on the outside of that, because that, child, what's in store the next 4 years is going to be quite interesting. Okay. But we have more. There's more, guys. We watched parts of it. It was very interesting. The body language, either one. Let's just do this one. The body language, I love reading body language. I love just seeing, understanding, discerning spiritual matters. I love to understand what's around me, what's going on with the media, what's going on just in general. And y'all, let's sit together and read the body language and have some discernment. In the blood of Yahusha, let's have some discernment and look at. They're just interesting moments, y'all. Just, I don't know.
This is okay, all of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can stop certain parts.
Yeah. Just let me know when to stop.
Lovely Dove says, Antichrist. I'm leaving Babylon for sure. Yeah, it's best. Just jet,
sooner the
book
better.
Your ticket. Good.
Sooner the better.
Here's a little hack real quick for y'all. If you want to go, if you're just like, I just want to go, I don't care where it is, and I just want to go. Go on Skyscanner and look up some of the affordable flights, y'all. Most of these countries on Earth are not that expensive. Traveling isn't expensive. It's just America that's expensive. Traveling isn't expensive. Traveling is one of the most affordable things you can do, to be quite honest. Just to be real, it just is. Most don't know that. It's reserved only for people who understand that and have that knowledge. But look on Skyscanner. You can travel real affordably to certain places of the world. Okay? And start living your best life. And there's never going to be a perfect time. So just start today. Like right now.
Right now, just do it. Just do it.
Boom, let's go.
I know someone asked us, they like people always ask us, like, man, you guys are young, you got 5 children. How do you do it? And like every time I think about it, my answer is like, I don't know, we just do it. We just do it. Like it just happens. Like
it just happens.
It's not like, oh well, we just do it.
Yeah.
Like you really just gotta do it. Just make it simple and do it.
Yeah. And it works out every time.
Yeah.
Ephesians 6. Exceedingly beyond anything we can ask and comprehend. But y'all, let's look at the next one. We're going to look at some of the awkward moments. They're just, to me, it's like satire. It's just interesting. I love a good laugh. Interesting times. Look at the satire. Read the room for what you can get out of it. Extract the information that you can get out of body language, things like that. There are a lot of undertones when you pay attention and observe. So let's pay attention.
So help me God. So help me God. Congratulations.
Sorry, little X just followed me on the stage here. He's a very enthusiastic supporter, as you can see. Woo! Yeah.
Come, Lord, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven, in America as it is in heaven, in the life of President Donald Trump as it is in heaven.
And we just want to take a moment and honor President Donald Trump.
Solemnly swear
that I will faithfully execute
that I will faithfully execute
the office of President of the United States
Yeah, it's a good stopping place, you know. Yeah, there's that. He's like, look, y'all not about to make me put my hand on that Bible. I know I'm not about to get in trouble. I mean, the brother don't know. You will have to still have judgment day, but I guess he didn't want to quadruple his judgment by putting his hand on the Bible. So there's that before he made his oath or whatever. Y'all, it's I don't know what to say. Like, I'm just kind of speechless. I'm just watching at this rate. Watching from an island in Africa, just watching and just, just taking it.
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, James David Vance, do solemnly swear.
I, James David Vance, do solemnly swear.
And domestic.
Against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
That I will bear true faith.
That I will bear true faith.
And allegiance to the same.
And allegiance to the same.
Above all, for many years, a radical and corrupt establishment has extracted power and wealth from our citizens while the pillars of our society lay broken and seemingly in complete disrepair. We now have a government that cannot manage even a simple crisis at home, while at the same time stumbling into a continuing catalog of catastrophic events abroad. They're raging through the houses and communities, even affecting some of the wealthiest and most powerful individuals in our country, some of whom are sitting here right now. They don't have a home any longer. That's interesting. But we can't let this happen. Everyone is unable to do
My guy's sleep.
anything about it. That's going to change. We have a public health system that does not deliver in times of disaster, yet more money is spent on it than any country anywhere in the world.
You know the words, help me out here. Oh, beautiful for spacious skies.
Today we will end the Green New Deal and we will revoke the electric vehicle mandate, saving our auto industry and keeping my sacred pledge to our great American auto workers.
Yeah, that's good times, y'all. Good time. It's a good old brought memories back. All right, some of those songs, the good old what they call those songs, the good old American. I don't even remember those songs anymore. But I was like, dang, I feel like I'm going back in time to a time when the far supremacists of this movement rule. So that's what everybody has to look forward to in 2025. Again, you should look at some of the symbolism that salute means. History repeats itself, and let's just remember that America wants to own Greenland, rename the Panama Canal and take it back, and rename Mexico's Gulf the Gulf of America. Now, I don't know if any of y'all look at history. I don't know if y'all know history or like that, but you should get to know it so you can see what's ahead, because we only on day one. Okay, we on day one. He making these moves before he even got in there, and he is essentially telling Europe, like, hey, I'm about to own all of y'all. Okay, I'm gonna own all of you. So there's that. stay on toe, know the symbols, understand what's happening. Kira said all the women are wearing high collars, long sleeves, and structured clothing with no print. Very conservative fashion is about to change for the better. Yeah, fashion, at least fashion will be better, the long, I liked Melania's hat. She had like the Beyonce look. A lot of occult people wear those long hats to symbolize, don't look at my eyes. Don't look at my eyes. I'm going to put this nice long hat on. You can't see my face like that, but I'm going to be there and be present. Okay.
Yeah. If you know, you know. Like we just gotta speak in code. Gotta be careful about what we say online now. Because although he said it's freedom of speech, we still hear a lot of people getting their videos. What is it? Shadow banned or something like that.
Yeah.
Because they talk about certain things. So, we are not political people. We just love the Most High and put the Most High first, always. So, we just trying to let people know like what's really going on, because this is it's going to change. What's the date today? The 21st.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 21st. So, I really want to see what's about to happen in the next couple months. That should tell you a clear sign. If you don't know now, that should really tell you what's about these next 4 years is about to be like.
Right.
So you really got to be in a position, man. Like I always say, just be in the right position to take advantage of this system that is allowing you to do while it's still available.
Yeah. Shalom, Journey with V. Shalom, Jackie Horton. Yes, I was noticing the hat covering the eyes. Exactly. There's so much when we really observe clothing, mannerisms. You can really see what's happening in a room without physically being there, because you're really observing the motions. You're observing the clothes. You're observing the facial movements, all of it, because that's just, it's part of being discerning and aware. But y'all, let's also look at let's look at some of the new orders, make America better, great again, salute, all that stuff. Fantastic. Let's look at the new orders that are in town for the country.
First day.
Strict orders,
First couple minutes. First hour for sure.
They said, why did Melania look like an undertaker? Right? I was like, is she at a funeral? She got the wrong memo.
Man, we
why
was
did
watching,
she put that on?
Well, I'm like, dang, is something about to happen? It just felt like something was going to happen. Like, if you saw it live, we was paying attention to what's the lady's name? Hillary Clinton. What is that her name? Yes, Hillary Clinton. She kept looking up, and I'm like, oh snap! It just reminded me of like a movie. Like we was watching a movie because they kept looking up and stuff. Elon was doing like that.
We're not lying, y'all. He really did
what
that.
Is going on?
We saw it live, y'all.
Trump's
he was
sons
really rolling his eyes in back of his head, looking up, doing all this stuff.
Yeah, Trump's sons wasn't like saying what's up to Elon, so that I can tell like
it's a divide
it's some
in
weird,
that family.
it's some weird stuff. It's some weird people that was next to each other. It's like dang, it's like you gotta accept what it is. If you're in that space, we know, hey, this person we gotta accept, but he's just weird. Like I can't with him, but we gotta accept it.
You might as well just say he's beyond. Like, I mean, we gonna see the next few months. You know, we gonna see.
Joke. But yes,
a little past weird.
No.
Let's look at these executive orders. Let's get excited, y'all. Get hyped up. New executive orders. Okay, get hyped up. Get ready to listen to the new executive orders.
Sound or what?
It's the most executive orders ever by a president on day one. 10 of them focus on immigration.
Today, I will sign a series of historic executive orders. With these actions, we will begin the complete restoration of America and the...
Before we play this, I want to know in the chat, who's watching, if they was waiting for him to say something about some cryptocurrency, let me know in the chat. I'm gonna play it though. I was waiting.
Revolution of common sense.
Let's look at the changes Trump is making. I'm Marianne Ahern. This is The Brief. President Trump is wasting no time. Those who know him well say in his first term, he also tried to make big changes, but was told, slow down. Congress moves more slowly. This time, he is not wasting any time. Immigration, one of his key campaign promises, and that's where he's focused on day one. Trump is declaring a national emergency at the border and is sending U.S. troops to the U.S.-Mexico border. He also plans to end catch and release and does promise to continue building the wall.
Do y'all see that? He declared a national emergency. America's under a national emergency. Just understand that implication. First of all, this is why it's so important to understand that words mean things. Whenever there's this idea of, an emergency is happening, that puts people in a tense state. I just wanted to point that out for everybody to understand what's coming. It's just going to be a really interesting time, and I would liken it to World War I and II. If I were y'all, we had our son studying World War I and II this week. Why? There's a series of events that very much mimics World War II. Put it like that. The precursors and the actual war itself and those systems and principalities that are back. I digress.
Trump plans to label drug cartels terrorist organizations. He also wants to end birthright citizenship. Now, that's a constitutional protection, so he will need a constitutional amendment to change it. What he's calling for is this change going forward, not for those who have already received that protection. What is birthright citizenship? It means if you are born in this country, you are a citizen of this country. Even, let's say, your parents may be from another country, but if you are born here in the U.S., you are a U.S. citizen. As soon as he took office, he ended what many asylum seekers had been using. It's a mobile app called CBP One. It helped to restore order as those sought appointments at the border to try to get into the U.S. As soon as Trump took office, that CBP One app, it no longer existed. It was shut down. Next up, the economy. As Trump puts it, let's make America more affordable again. And in that respect, he plans to unleash energy policies.
I will also declare a national energy emergency. We will drill, baby, drill.
Trump also plans to end leasing wind farms. He wants to expand domestic energy production. He also wants to lower EPA emissions on cars. Trump plans to also withdraw from the Paris Climate Accords. That Paris Agreement, adopted back in 2015, it is legally binding, and it's meant to fight climate change. Not everyone agreed with it. Certainly Donald Trump does not. However, at that time, yes, President Obama in charge did agree. On the economy, we're looking for executive actions, not necessarily orders. As he sees it, these energy measures will reduce the cost of living. As far as core Republican conservative values promised all along by Trump during his campaign, he says those DEI policies, they're going away. Instead, he will be focused on colorblind and merit-based. He's also issuing a federal mandate that there are only two sexes, male and female. How might that impact all of us? Well, it could even impact your passport or other federal documents. It could impact education policy. It could impact the military. We're going to be watching that for sure. Trump also has big plans to rename the Gulf of Mexico and Mount Denali. Let's start with the Gulf of Mexico. As for the Gulf of Mexico, Trump says he'd like it called the Gulf of America. It's not unusual for bodies of water to have different names, but for Trump to make this big change happen, he's also going to have to work with international hydrographic organizations to see it through. Even if that happens, other nations, may not recognize the name change. When it comes to Denali, that was an Obama rename. It was changed from Mount McKinley. Today, Trump says he will restore that name to Mount McKinley to honor President William McKinley. Why was it called McKinley to begin with? A gold prospector gave it that name. He was an admirer of McKinley at the time, although we've read McKinley never visited Alaska. Nevertheless, that was the name since 1896. Officially, the federal government also agreed back in 1917. However, President Obama in 2015 changed the name to Denali. Denali means the high one in its Native American origin. And that's why President Obama gave it that honor. However, Trump tried to do this in his first term. The Alaska senators said no, they objected. However, today he plans to go forward and rename it Mount McKinley. Over.
So those are some things y'all have to look forward to. I think the only good thing out of that is the change back to male and female. But as for the other things, you know, it's Trump's America, it's Trump's world, you know, and his viewpoint, that is how he views it. And again, I implore you guys, I know a lot of our people don't necessarily like to look back at European history, but I implore you to look at European history. You want to look at European history. You want to look at what happened in the 1930s. You want to look at what happened in the 1940s. I'm telling you, it's a principality that I see very, very clearly, and that many people see very, very clearly, that's moving across the stages now, that is in power in one of the most powerful places on the planet Earth. And what does that mean for you? You get to decide what it means for you, because you get to decide if you're going to look into it, if you're going to do the due diligence, and if you're going to leave Babylon behind. Those are decisions that are in your power to make, because you have been given a level of free will, power, and authority. So use it to your advantage.
Early. Yeah, you got to leverage what you got right now. And that's the Most High's word, because it's instructions for you right there to flee and to get to safety. And safety, you know, we've been pretty safe for the last 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, we've been abundantly safe, mind-blowingly safe.
Yeah, it's like, man, his favor is really outside of America. Like, I'm not saying it's not in America for our people, but when you step outside of America, it's just even more. If you are obedient and following his commandments, law, statutes, and commandments. So,
for sure. And I would say also, because I was on my Instagram, and I have a lot of entrepreneurs on my Instagram, okay? And somebody that I know of, she was showing video of her husband being in the hospital. She was saying her husband recently, he's a young guy, he's maybe late 30s. And they live in America, I forget what state it is. But she was online, she was doing a video about how he had been in the hospital because his blood pressure hit 145 over 100. At first he had heart palpitations, a headache. She told him, babe, I think you need to go to the hospital. And he happened to listen, which is good. And so he went there, and they continued to run tests, monitor his blood pressure. It shot up to 230 over 120. Okay. And so when we say these things, we mean it in every circumstance: health, spiritual, physical, financial. Every level of everything that can happen on earth and in your life shows you that you need to leave Babylon, to be quite honest, because it's such a stressful society. And if we are the temple of the Most High, why do we just allow our bodies to be prostituted to corporate America? And then we run into blood pressure, we run into stress, we run into all these diseases. Why? Because you're in captivity to a system that was never meant to feed you. You were created to be the vessel of the Most High. You were created to worship the Most High. You were created with the level of talent and divinity within you through Yahusha. So why do we continue to voluntarily put ourselves in these slave systems and then say, oh, well, I'll just wait it out? You don't get another life. If you have a heart attack, there is no do-over. If you are judged in that minute because you wanted to serve other corporations, other principalities, that's it. You have one life. You don't get to say, okay, heart attack. Oh, let me stop the heart attack real quick. Now I want to go and do what the Most High said I should do. Now I want to leave this corrupt system behind. You have one life, just one. And the time will never be perfect to leave Babylon. The time will never be perfect to scale your business. The time will never be perfect to have your children. The time will you just do it then. And you do the best. And you excel and you be diligent with your works. But you cannot just sit and be a sitting duck in a society that has you cornered on every side, physical, mental, spiritual, health-wise. You will be a sitting duck. As it says in the end times book of Esdras, if it's not the famines, if it's not the earthquake, if it's not the fires, which by the way, they're not even talking about no more. If it's not that, it'll definitely be the disease. If it's not all of those things. That's why the scripture says, flee Babylon so that you do not be partaker of her sins. That's Yah's command. That's what he wanted to make from the foundations of the world. That's the word that he put out. You can't change it. It's just reality. So you can either choose to get in line with reality or you can live in a delusion. But either way, you will reap the consequences of what you're sowing. That's just reality. You will reap those consequences. And so you have to ask yourself, do I want to be in World War 2.5.0.9? Again, I'm going to say it again. Look back at World War II. Look at the details. Look at the patterns. Pray for understanding. Pray for discernment. Ask yourself, do I want to be in the middle of that? Because it, what he's going to do, just look at World War II. That's all I'm going to say. There's patterns. Principalities come with patterns. The principality of the Bible, the Ruach, has Galatians 5, patience, meekness, kindness, love, forbearance. Without such, there is no law. Knowledge, understanding, and all that getting understanding, right? Especially for the people who say there's nowhere to hide. Well, the Most High wouldn't have wrote flee multiple times if there's nowhere to hide on his vast earth. But there's only nowhere to hide if you don't do the due diligence. If you don't seek out favor, you don't receive favor. Knock and the door shall be opened. Ask and you'll receive the answer. But it's impossible to serve the Most High and to appease him and make him happy if you don't even believe that he is and that he is a rewarder of those who diligently seek him. So just understand, everybody has to understand the actions we take today as humans on earth are going to dictate what happens tomorrow. The actions we take tomorrow dictate what happens in the next months. But the actions we take in the next months declares what is going to happen in the next years. That's the law of reaping and sowing. It's a biblical principle. You will always reap where you sow. You always sow what you reap. Reap obedience, because obedience is better than sacrifice. Again, you can take it back to Abraham and Lot. Yes, Lot tarried a little bit, but the messengers came down and said, look, we've got to destroy this place. We just got orders on high. And the Most High said we got to destroy it. So please get out. Go. What you waiting for? Go. Get out ASAP. This is what the heavenly messengers have to come and tell Lot. He's like, okay, I got it now. I'm going to go. Abraham was already out because Abraham being so set apart, so righteous, why would Abraham live in the middle of a filth like that? He wouldn't. So he lived on the outside. He's in proximity to see it go up in flames and stuff, but he lived on the outside. He didn't live in the midst of it. And when he came out, he was more blessed. Abraham was blessed along the journey. The ancient Israelites in the wilderness, they were blessed along the journey because they truly got to see, oh, the Most High provides wherever I go. Oh, the Most High's favor is wherever I set foot. Oh, the Most High is literally the Most High over all the earth and not just one small territory where only 4% of the earth's population lives.
Yeah. Like really. And that just increases you. Like the Most High will increase in you when you step outside of your comfort zone. When you are in those situations where you have to increase your faith, your trust, your belief. So yeah. Flee, and I'm telling you, the abundance is waiting on you.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, absolutely. I think it'll be an interesting time for Europe. We did notice there's like a new movement in Europe. I guess it's not new. I guess it's all kind of old movements, you could say. Make Europe great again, MEGA and MAGA. MEGA, MEGA, MAGA. Make America great again, make Europe great again. And so that's, but it's nothing new. It's really not. There's nothing new under the sun. This is how it's always been. All you got to do is look at history and discern what is coming to the earth and say, okay, Father, where would you have me to be to receive your ultimate favor? That should be the question. Where is your ultimate favor at? That's what we asked. And then it landed us here in Mauritius. Where is your most pristine, glorious favor that I can receive in this time, in this dispensation, in this dimension? Where is that? And here we are. That's how it happened. And you also need to look back. This is something else I've been meditating on. Look back at your lineage, the patterns in your lineage, and you'll see messages that the Most High has been trying to tell you, trying to get your legacy out of the crutch of Babylon, trying to get you to understand that you don't need that crutch to survive. According to Jeremiah, I believe it's chapter 43 or 44, he tells the Israelites, do not go back to Egypt. And you know what they said? By the way, for context, Egypt back then was obviously ancient Egypt, but symbolically, Egypt represented the most powerful, wealthy, exorbitant, military-driven nation on the face of the planet at that time. That's what Egypt represents. Egypt in the Hebrew means captive or captivity. It means bondage, okay? Because it's basically a capitalist structure before capitalism was a word. When you profit off the backs of slaves, right? And so Jeremiah warns the Israelites, I believe it's Jeremiah 43, it may be 41, it's somewhere in there, but he's warning the Israelites, telling them after he already warned them that the destruction is coming, they're like, I don't want to hear it. But he continues to warn them. He goes to talk to them and he tells them, I know y'all want to go to Egypt. You told me to come and pray for you. First of all, they came to him deceitfully. They knew the wickedness that was already in their heart. In their heart, it was already set in their mind and their heart that they were going to go to Egypt anyway, to this thing that represented the biggest power structure on earth, because they were like, oh, well, let's go to Egypt. If you're going to destroy the land or judgment. But the Most High told them, no, for this time, I want you to go to the Kasdim, serve them. I'm going to increase you there. They're like, I think Egypt, Egypt's the wealthiest nation. I think that would be better. I think that would work out better, Most High. And so that's what they did. They went back. Jeremiah tried to warn them, but the destruction came. Why? What was the issue from a spiritual standpoint? What message is the Most High trying to still get to his chosen people? Do not rely on the number one idol of the earth. Do not rely on Babylon the Great. Do not rely on that system. It was for a time in Joseph's time, and then the time had to pass. Don't rely on a system like that. That's why it says mystery Babylon, because it's a principality that can move and shift. It's literally a spiritual principality. This is why it's so important to discern what's happening and to discern things. It's not just, oh, they have pyramids. No, it's a principality. It's not just, oh, the capital has the obelisk and all. No, it's a principality. That the Most High does not want you to be dependent on a principality, dependent on a corporate 9-to-5, dependent on that welfare system, dependent on, oh, I know Sally and Sue down the road, whose ancestors was racist as heck, but it's okay. Don't be dependent on Babylon, ancient mystery Egypt that is America today. You can debate it with yourself, but those who have discernment can see it as plain as day. Don't be dependent on that, or judgment will fall. That's why go read Jeremiah 41 through 45. And by the way, Jeremiah was the only one who escaped. There's this key scripture. It was so beautiful and kind of sad at the same time reading it, where it's like the Most High says, only those who have my escape will get to safety. Jeremiah was one of the only ones out of all the chosen who was able to receive the escape, because he heard the prophecy from the Most High and obeyed it and just went and said, okay, I'm going to warn them. They're going to be mad at me, but I'm going to warn them. You know, they love Egypt and they love Babylon and they want to stay in Jerusalem and Israel, but I'm gonna go warn them. But they were like, nope. They're like, no, I think we'll go down to Tifanis. It's a city in Egypt that is devoted to certain deities. And they would rather choose that over the Most High. There are people who would rather choose Uncle Sam day in and day out over the Most High. When the Most High says, hey, I've given you authority, I've given you grace, I've actually set apart a place for you and your lineage. If you look and pay attention to the patterns in your lineage, ask for discernment in the blood of Yahusha, I'll show you what I have for you.
I think we're just so used to confusion, like choosing confusion, accepting, you know, the witchcraft that's happening right over the head of America, like America. That's just what it is. It's a spell cast right over the land. And you just been there, been confused, looking like Elon Musk at the thing. Just confused. And it's like, it's crazy to think about because it's just, it's a lot that's right here in our face if you sit down and do the research. Like, yeah, like Babylon is it's not the place to be. It's really not. America has spilled so much bloodshed where it's like obviously it's just going, you know, get judged.
So much bloodshed.
Like I'm not sure if anybody in the chat was right there by the fires recently, but I'm pretty sure you had to run. You had to get out of there if your house is burning right there, or if it's a bush right next to you burning, you're gonna back up. You're gonna kind of get away from it because it's gonna be too hot. Like
if your nervous system is working, there are certain diseases, right? I used to work on neuroscience floor. There are certain diseases. If your senses are off, if you have a disease in your nervous system and you don't know what's coming, then you won't move. If you can't discern, if you don't know the signs of the times, then you won't.
So what you guys say to this?
Then you won't know. When I look at Babylon, I look for fruits. I think it's really entertaining to say things like this. But when I look at Babylon, I look at it as a principality and I say, okay, where is capitalism taking place? Where is murder taking place? Where has murder taken place? What are the nations that are on the earth today that have oppressed, pillaged, enslaved, raped the chosen of the earth? Not just our ancestors, but we also have people in the Congo. We have people in Ethiopia. We have people in South Africa under apartheid. We have the Yazidis. We have people in India that were colonized by the British, crushed down in slavery, and brought to serve for a demonic system. And so when we say, where's Babylon? I ask you to look at the fruits. And if you can't discern fruits, then I don't know what to tell you. Because there is no other nation on the face of the earth besides Great Britain and maybe Portugal and Spain that have done the atrocities against humanity that America has done. And so that's what I look for when I look for Babylon. When I look for Babylon, I look for where is there the most bloodshed in a land? And I look at North America and I see it and I say, this is wicked.
On purpose, yeah.
Get me out of here, Father. I cannot bear it any longer. The way that Abel's blood cried out to the Most High, and the Most High had to come down and say, Cain, what did you do? Your brother's blood is crying from the ground. Now that was one person. How much bloodshed has soaked into the soil of North America? And we can even go before the time of the colonizer. Let's look at some of those tribes that inhabited North America and the ritual sacrifice that they would do for children. And so let that tell you where Babylon is and where the peace of the Most High will be. Lovely Dove says, I have diabetes and high blood pressure. The food here is killing me. Well, it's killing people. Yeah, it is. It is, and it's much more healthy to leave Babylon and to get the organic food here, to get the hibiscus, to get soursop if you're able to get that. Because you have to get to a healthy place. Like our bodies, if we don't take care of our bodies, there will be no temple for the Most High to inhabit.
Mm-hmm.
And I know my mom, when she had first come to East Africa, she was struggling with high blood pressure, but she had stayed in East Africa for about 2 weeks and her blood pressure started to subside, her high blood pressure. This is how you know a principality is over a place. When you're in that place, when you're in that job, where you're in that circumstance and your blood pressure is always spiking, that's a principality of sickness that's trying to trap you and to extract life out of you. And like Lovely Dove was saying, trying to kill people slowly. But it doesn't have to happen. You do have the authority and the ability to get healing. But just as in the biblical days, Yahusha, he was trying to heal the one who can heal, who can make new, who can work miracles, but he was unable to work the miracles in Judah. And he said it was due to their lack of faith. And so it's like, healing doesn't just come out of nowhere. You have to be wanting to get it. You have to be willing to get it. Even like just basic physical, like if you want to reverse high blood pressure, you need to look into herbs that reverse high blood pressure. If you want to reverse diabetes, you need to look into what reverses diabetes.
Yeah.
Everything starts in the spirit, but it takes action. Faith without works is dead.
Yeah.
Everything starts in the spirit, but it takes action to manifest in the physical.
That's deep. That's super deep. And I feel like people that don't eat meat, that can't eat that meat of the word, they're not gonna get that. Like that's not gonna hit people's heart, because it's a couple people that it's not hitting. Because it's just like people just love to yeah, that's another video to talk about.
Well, you know, it's like Harriet Tubman said. She literally said, I could have freed more slaves if they knew they were slaves. What is she really saying? That's a very powerful sentence. Can you picture Harriet Tubman? People are in physical slavery. African people are in physical slavery. And she's telling them, hey, y'all found a way out. We got this underground tunnel we can go through. I know it's 3:30 a.m., but you're going to have to be quiet. We're going to have to go now. We're going to have to pack our bags, pack our food, travel light. I want you to go directly by the routes that I take. I'm going to braid this map into your hair. Follow this map. Take it along the way, and you're going to be able to escape. And, you know, can you imagine? She's just ready. She's excited. She's like, great. The Most High has allowed a place of escape. And she says,
and somebody said, no, I don't, that's not the way.
Master ain't gonna like that.
It ain't gonna like that, but or no, people be on a journey with you. And they say, no, I think I should go this way. I know you've been like 3-4 times. I know you've been through that way and it works. But you see this is a clear path. This path right here. I'm telling you, don't do that. That's how it be. And it's crazy to see that amongst our people. It's like our people, like I know we was talking about this earlier, like some of our people do not love the Most High, and it's obvious. Where it's like they want to destroy our people no matter what. They want to destroy people's lineage. Like it's like it's mind-blowing where our people are so wicked when it comes to loving each other. And that tells you, if you can't love your neighbor, you're not loving yourself, and you're not loving the Most High. And it's so deep. Like it gets me like, man, people really gotta realize what they say, what they do, how they saying stuff. And it's like, it's crazy how like our people are like really like lost. They just love the milk. They just love milk. Get off the milk. It's not time for milk. Like really, it's not time for no milk. It's time to eat. It's time to eat this meat.
Yeah.
It's crazy how like man, it gets me. It gets me. I don't like to be saying, I don't like to say a lot of stuff because I don't want to whatever, but our people, man, that's why we just so disunified, because we cannot really get to those 2 commandments that Yahushua was saying. If you love the Most High with all your heart and you love your neighbor, it's very simple. But our people just can't do it.
Well, they're not our people. Let's be honest. If it's not showing love in the Most High Spirit, and you've diverted to self-righteousness, you've diverted to laziness, you've diverted to doubt, it's not our people. Yahusha says, who is my mother and my father except those who do the will of my father?
Like really.
His blood family, literally Mary, who we know is righteous, but he's showing you a parable to show you who's actually my mother and my father. And he has another parable where he's saying, okay, where is the favor of the Most High out? Who is my neighbor? He tells the story of somebody that's walking. I believe they're walking in Jerusalem, and I think the guy fell down, or maybe he needed help. Somebody passed by who was of the southern kingdom, Judah. He passed by, he looking at him, he just look at him, walk away, right? Same as Judah does today. But somebody from Samaria, the northern kingdom, which could have easily been a mixed person that would have looked like they're of another nation, comes to assist him. And Yahusha says, so who's his neighbor? Is his neighbor his kin? Not in the spirit, no. For him, that would have been his adversary because he was down and he needed help, but his brother walked by with his head held high, self-righteous, like, huh.
It's deep. Like, it's so deep. And it's just going to get deeper. Like, yeah, you know, I got a call back. So we got it.
Oh, yeah. You have a call in 5 minutes. We will get back on. This is an excellent topic. I'm so honored and glad we could be here to talk to you guys about this.
I think probably tomorrow morning, we probably need to just put bullet points so we can stay on point. Because, like, it is some good points that we got to point out.
Yeah.
And, like, talk about. Because there's so much going on. Like, it's
principalities.
Just, it's a lot. And people just don't know what they be doing.
Yeah.
And for me, I don't like to say a lot because I know life and death is in the power of your tongue. So I don't be like, I'll be aware of what I say before I say it. So, you know, all praises to the Most High always. And thanks for tuning in, guys. Make sure you like the video. You can email with us or email us. I know someone asked a question about our programs and stuff. Just email us and we can definitely give you some more information about that, because it is a lot of things that we're trying to help our people with, because America is America. And if you know, you know. Speaking in code, I don't gotta say too much. We really don't have to say too much. So it's really possible to just put it like the grass is greener on the other side.
Yeah.
And we just try to tell people. I know I was just talking to my uncle today, and he's in Thailand. And I'm like, even Thailand.
Yeah.
Like
I'm not gonna lie, I want to visit Shanghai.
It's possible. It's possible, guys.
Yeah.
So you gotta say any last words before we get off?
No, I think that's good. You gotta do your call. Man, it's been so busy. Time is just going by fast. I'll tell you that. Time is truly speeding by. But yeah, we will be back with another video. Yeah. Let us know other videos you want to see from us about Mauritius, about the history here, about what the Most High has shown us. Because, man, I got to really write some blogs about everything that he's showing me. Like, he's just opening up our minds so much, showing us like, hey, you know, my people are scattered here too. Hey, you know, my people are over here. Hey, you know, because before we left America, I don't think we really realized that Great Britain and the Western nations have colonized the majority of the earth and put a lot of different, and they're not even different nations, putting the chosen ones in slavery. But we're so propagandized and focused on, oh, African-American, oh, yeah, but what about the other African people? What about the Africans that are in India? What about the Africans that are in Dubai? What about the Africans that are in Iran? We never talk about that. We never talk about those things because we're so self-centered and focused on America, African Americans. But please decenter yourself as being the main character of your life and start to see Yahusha as the main character. And then the Bible and everything in your life will make more sense and you'll have more authority and power. Be blessed. Discern the times.
Exactly. Discernment is key for sure.
Seek the Most High.
Seek the Most High. Don't get caught up with the enemy's devices and try to debate everything. Shalom.
Shalom.